Hi, my name is Crystal and I'm the Deslob student. I've got a lot of high anxiety today, especially tonight. My kids are inside cleaning up a little bit, especially their rooms. They like to eat in their rooms sometimes, and there's crumbs and whatnot. And I'm actually having a lot of anxiety because I found a cockroach in my apartment. Now, I will remind you that the laundry rooms are open now, so I'm sure it's flushing out a lot of sewer roaches that have been there for at least 8 months or so, I'm guessing. I don't know. And it is my hope that I never have to see another cockroach in my apartment again, but just in case, I bought some bug spray, cockroach raid killer. I also bought some roach motels just in case. I am taking back my house. I'm taking back my apartment. I'm taking back my apartment. I'm taking back my power, and I'm taking back my apartment. I am not going to let these roaches, this roach, freak me out to the point where I don't even want to go inside. To kind of put it in context, let me share with you 2 videos. The first video is a video to my mom this morning, appreciating her for soothing me last night after I saw the cockroach. And the second video is a video explaining a little history about my fear of cockroaches and what happened last night, what I was doing when I saw the cockroach, and what happened and why it was so traumatizing to me. I don't want to be melodramatic, but I seriously have an irrational fear of cockroaches, and I know I'm not the only one like that. But I definitely think I need serious therapy for this fear, because I've got a lot of PTSD about it right now. I'm having a lot of fear about going inside. So I'm gonna go inside right now. And I'm gonna check on the kids. But the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shine. I'm going to film the ground to watch my step everywhere I step. And then I'm going to go check each room to make sure I don't see any cockroaches. While I'm filming, I'll give you guys a quick tour of how atrocious the apartment looks right now. I'm definitely not doing very well. That's a moth. I was like, what's that? And it's a moth, that little thing right there. I'm not doing very well at keeping up the appearances of my apartment. Nobody comes over except for my kids, and I rarely ever have any time at home. And when I do have time at home, I'm either doing bare minimum cleaning or I am relaxing or sleeping somehow, feeding myself sometimes. But working 3 jobs is tough, especially when I use a lot of scheduled things to keep me from getting too depressed. I keep a lot of things on my schedule. Alright, so I've introduced this video enough. This is a very long introduction video, so without further ado, let's go inside, check on the kids. They're really mad at me right now because I'm making them sweep up crumbs, God forbid. And then you'll watch the other 2 videos from earlier today. Alright, talk to you later. Mom, I wanted to say thank you again for the tapping jolted awake by the thought of a cockroach. It sounds so silly when I say that, but I managed to get 5 hours and 22 minutes of sleep. I woke up with nightmares. When I jolted awake as I was falling asleep, I would tap my way back to bed. And then I was probably having nightmares probably between 4 and 5 this morning. And instead of freaking out or trying to avoid the thought, I would tap and I would focus on the image of the cockroach that I was dreaming about. Like, I was half asleep, half awake, recognizing what to do for myself, but I could still see the cockroach in my mind, you know, from the nightmare. And so rather than running away from it in my brain, I studied it and I looked at it and I watched it, and I watched it without fear, and it was really good. And just wanted to say thank you, because I think that helped a lot with getting ready this morning, because I was really careful about getting ready too. Like, I was walking really slowly and walking really carefully, not comfortable at all. I'm not walking through my place like I'm relaxed at all. I'm like walking on eggshells, walking around eggshells, trying not to break any eggshells, trying not to break any cockroach shells, you know, or have something scurry across my feet. Just the idea of it just is like so, oh my gosh. And I froze a couple times because I couldn't remember what to do next. I couldn't remember what I was doing next. I was so focused on avoiding cockroaches that I don't see, but I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of seeing them. So I'm like, Crystal, move. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? And I'm like, okay. Keys, phone, purse, badge. Okay. Lunch. Keys, phone, purse, badge, lunch. And I only left with my water bottle, which is part of my lunch thing that I grabbed. So I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like, and then walking through the living room where it scurried off, it made me freak out, like I was frozen to move to the front door. See, I'm going slow just talking about it. Like my acceleration has declined. Like, I just stopped traveling. I was reliving the moment, just walking to the front door. I'm just saying, I know I'm bigger than a cockroach. I know it probably found its way outside. I know there's probably no more in my place. It's not a rational thought. I understand it's not rational. It's just overpowering, and I'm working through it. And I just wanted to say thank you, because I'm better than I was when I called Jim, and he's telling me that I should get Raid to arm myself if I want, you know, and he's trying to be supportive, but he doesn't understand all the years of him teasing me about it. Made me feel unsupported and invalidated. Okay, so I'm just rambling now. I'm sorry. I'm trying to shift my focus from the cockroach to complaining about Jim. Thank you again for helping me fall asleep last night, and I will talk to you later. Love you. Bye. I have a really unhealthy, a really irrational fear of cockroaches. I will not step on one, ever. I will not ever step on one. I cannot bring myself to step on one, ever. And last night there was one on my shoulder somehow, and I thought I saw something flutter. I felt something flutter, and reaction just jerked it right off of my shoulder, and I'm looking around and I'm looking down and I can't see anything, and I'm like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm having just panicky thoughts, just reliving it right now. And I look down, I'm not bait, and it's upside down with little legs in the air, and I'm like, it was on my shoulder, it was on my shoulder, it was on my shoulder. Like I'm really having a panic attack right now, just reliving it. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so I froze. I couldn't do anything. I'm watching him carefully because this is my one and only opportunity while he's on his back, kicking and kicking and kicking, trying to turn himself over. And I grabbed my phone and I called Jim, and I video chatted him so I could show him the cockroach. But by the time I was able to move and reach for my phone, the cockroach had already flipped himself over and started heading right towards me. And I was like, ah! And Jim's like, what's going on? I couldn't speak. I was speechless. And he's like, what? And I'm all, and the cockroach. And he's like, oh, babe. And I'm like, it's on my shoulder. He's like, oh, no. Like, because he knows how bad my fear of cockroaches are. And they always have been. And I've always been made fun of it by him and the boys. And they've always gone, crunch. Because they like to pretend to step on cockroaches, even if there is no cockroaches. And they'll be the ones that will step on cockroaches right there in front of me. And I just get the EBGBs just listening to the crunch. And that's the worst. That's the worst of it. It's not so much looking at a cockroach. Now it is. I've never had an issue looking at cockroaches, but the thought of them scurrying across my feet or getting anywhere near my feet, because I don't want to step on one. My toes are all curled right now just talking about it. And I'm reliving in this moment, because this was last night at about 11. And I was so tense. My back was hurting so bad. And it's just, oh my gosh, I gotta lay down. And he's like, do you want to come over and spend the night? And I'm all, no. He's like, do you want me to come over and kill the cockroach? And I'm all, no. And I watched it scurry behind the couch, behind the boxes. And I was so mad at myself that I didn't react or couldn't react. And now it's going to make babies and bring back its friends and then torment me and taunt me and haunt me and crawl in my face. And it's going to be terrible. And I'm trying not to be irrational about this, but I have a deep fear about cockroaches, and it can stem back to my childhood. I've got a couple of cockroach stories, I think mainly involving the little tiny ones. So when I got to Arizona and there's fucking sewer cockroaches, oh hell no, I ain't doing those. I was so very against cockroaches and beetles and Palo Verde beetles and stink bugs and all the things that have shells. If they have a shell or a body, I ain't doing it. But cockroaches, of course, are like number one. So I was hoping that it was like a fly or a spider or a bee or something. That would have been fine if I would have flipped one of those. I've had ants. I've swept up ants, killed ants. I'm totally fine with, the ants. I won't step on ants because it's kind of got a crunch to it too. But I'm just definitely not a crunchy bug. So I am deathly afraid of going back to my apartment right now, and I needed to work this out, and I was going to try to explain out loud what's going on for me. But my mom, after I got off the phone with Jim, I called my mom, and she helped me do all day today. I was like thinking I'm feeling things and I'm just itching and like, so I've got the heebie-jeebies all day today. Okay, I'm done. Thanks. Bye. Thanks for watching the Deslob today. Bye.